I finally passed the AWS Cloud Practitioner exam, but I want to be completely honest with you. Getting there did not feel like a straight line. There were so many nights where I would just sit here, staring at my notes, feeling like I was going absolutely nowhere. Even if you know the basics, looking at the list of 200 plus services is intimidating. It's one thing to understand the cloud, it's another thing to remember the specific logic AWS wants for the exam. I was terrified of the wording. I was worried I would get tripped by the sheer volume of information and fail. If you're at the stage right now where you have done the work, you know your stuff, but the exam still feels like this void you're afraid to step into. I have been exactly where you are. I was staring at these same screens, feeling that same pressure. So, today, I'm not here as a guru. I'm just here to break down my actual experience. If you're ready to get through this together, hit that like button. It honestly keeps me motivated to keep sharing these logs with you. Before we get into the how, let's talk about the who. Who should actually be spending their time and energy on this certification? First, it's for the newcomers. If you are just stepping into the world of cloud, this is your map. It's for the people who want to stop feeling lost when they hear terms like S3 or EC2. Second, it's for the pivoters. Maybe you are not an engineer. Maybe you are in sales, marketing, or project management. But you realize that in 2026, cloud is the language of business. You need to understand the why behind the tech. And finally, it's for the architects in training. If you are planning on an AWS career, you can't build a house without a foundation. The exam is that foundation. It's for those of us who want to stop guessing and start knowing. If you fit into one of these buckets, you are in the right place. Now, let's take a deep breath and look at the facts. Sometimes, the best way to calm those nerves is to simply know exactly what you are up against. No more guessing, just the data. The exam code is CLF-C02. This is the foundational level, the entry point. You will have 90 minutes to answer 65 questions. Some will be simple multiple choice and others will be multiple select. It's a $100 investment in yourself. And honestly, one of the biggest choices you will make is the where. You can go to a test center or you can do it online from your own desk. Choose the environment where you are most comfortable. It sounds like a lot when you see it all at once, but remember, it's just 90 minutes. That's it. 1 hour and a half to prove to yourself that you have got this. But knowing the rules of the game is one thing. Actually playing it is another. Let me show you what the playing field actually looks like inside the exam. Now, let's look at the big four. This is effectively the map of the AWS world. It can look a lot, but I found it easier to think of it in chapters. First, there are the concepts. This is just the why. Why do companies use the cloud instead of a server in their basement? Then, you have the toolbox. These are the core services you will hear about every day. Compute, storage, databases, and networking. If AWS was a Lego set, these would be your primary bricks. Next is the shield. Security is huge in this exam. AWS wants to know that you won't leave the digital front door open. You will learn about the shared responsibility model. Basically, what's their job and what's yours. And finally, the bill. You have to understand how AWS makes money and how you can save it. I won't lie, when I first saw this list, I felt that void coming back. But you don't need to be an expert in all of them. You just need to understand how they talk to each other. Once you see the connection, it stops being a list and starts being a system. So, let's talk about the actual day. I chose to take the exam at home through the online proctored option. I will be honest, they're strict. You have to take photos of yourself, your ID, and your entire room. If you have got a clustered desk or a noisy environment, it might add to your stress. If that sounds like too much, just go to a testing center. There is no right or wrong choice here. The only correct environment is the one where you feel most comfortable. If you're like me and prefer your own chair and your own coffee, stay home. If you need the silence of a formal center to focus, go there. Don't let the logistic be the thing that breaks your focus. When the first question pops up, your heart might race. You will see some direct questions that are easy and some scenarios that makes you stop and think. My advice, the elimination technique. Don't look for the right answer. Look for the ones that are definitely wrong. Usually, the correct one will reveal itself once the noise is gone. And remember, there is no negative marking. If you are stuck, take your best guess, mark it for review, and move on. You need a 700 to pass. You don't need 1,000. You don't need to top the class. You just need to cross the finish line. I prepared for this in a week because I already had some background. But there is no race. If you need a month, take a month. If you need 2, take 2. This is not a competition with anyone else. It's just you and the cloud. If you have made it this far into the video, it means you are serious about this. And I really hope it's helping. If it is, hit that like button. So, how did I actually do it? I did not spend weeks reading dry documentation. I used a much faster cycle. Learn a concept, then immediately hit a mock test. I used tools like ChatGPT and Gemini as my personal tutors. If a concept did not make sense, I would ask the AI to explain it to me like I am 5. This is the fastest way to bridge the gap. The questions in the exam won't exactly be the same as the mock test, but the mocks prepare your brain for the pattern. I focused on my weak areas. If I missed a question on databases, I would go back, use AI to learn that specific logic and then test again. And my biggest tip, make your own notes, not long essays, just quick cheat sheets so you can look at every day so you don't forget the early stuff while you are learning the new stuff. How you learn depends on your memory and your style, But for me, diving into the domains and using AI to fill the gaps was the game changer. There's no need to do it the hard way anymore. Look, the cloud is big, but it does not have to be lonely. If this video helped you feel even a little bit more prepared, please hit that like button. It's the simplest way to let me know I'm on the right track with these. And more importantly, drop a comment. I really want to know where you are in your journey. Whether you are just starting or you are a week away from your exam, I am here to talk it through with you. And if you want to stick around while I figure out the next steps in my career, the wins, the bugs, and everything in between, I would love to have you subscribe and join the conversation. I am signing off for now, but I will see you in the next one. Take it easy and good luck. You have got this.